Hello, my name is Jack, and today I'm going to be showing you my element collection I have. Yeah, I just thought some of you may want to see it. I have no script for this, so just bear with me if you can. I don't know where I'm going with this. So, yeah, got a light set up there, so hopefully I'll be alright. Yeah, here are my elements. I have this little table set up with duct tape. I don't have hydrogen and helium on there, however, just because of spacing. But everything else is here. I guess I really didn't need this one since those are all radio. I guess I'll get uranium sometime. So it's right there, uranium. I'll get it one day. But anyway, so these are the elements I have. Thought maybe you might see this. So here's something like tungsten, molybdenum. It's actually quite interesting. About two of the exact same size, but you can definitely tell the different masses of each. Molybdenum is so much more lighter than that. Here's a small sample of rhenium. It's pretty dense as well. It's a pretty dense element just in general. Here I've got some more reactive ones. This is iodine. Oh, I should probably say that these two right here, I'm getting in the way of my light. Oh well. These two right here, that's fluorite and just table salt. Those are just compounds because I'm not getting fluorine or chlorine because they scare the crap out of me. I'm gonna die for sure if I get them. Fluorine is just so reactive. I don't know if I can even store it. And chlorine, I just don't want to take the risk. However, the one before that, I will be getting bromine. It's a nice blood red liquid at room temperature. I don't know why I said nice in front of blood red, but yeah, oh well. This is a very pretty one actually, of vanadium. If you can see the crystals in there, I don't know. Yeah, you can see the oxidized stuff on them. It's how it kind of changes the color. It's nice. Actually, same thing with bismuth here. This one's technically radioactive, but not really. It's very stable, and you could build your house out of this and feel nothing. Like nothing would happen to you, except maybe you'd fall and hurt yourself on this type of crystally. But yeah, actually it is very crystally, and I like it. It's very pretty. That's just the oxygen that's bonded to it, though, and it will kind of depend on what temperature the bismuth is when it's bonded, and that will determine the color. All right. So what else? Let's see. So here I've got some pretty reactive ones as well. Lithium. I'm pretty sure most of it's oxidized by now. I did knock beryllium over. Whoops. Actually, same with calcium. You can see how oxidized that is. That's not supposed to be white. Despite what you may think about calcium in milk, calcium is not white. It's about the same color as this strontium here, actually. So, yeah. This is some sodium. Knocking all these elements over. Alright, so this is sodium. I've got another thing in here of sodium. I can show you this later. Very reactive in water. It will explode. I put a video from my phone on there. Sorry, it's going to be vertical if I do put it on. If I don't, oh well. Here's some potassium. Once again, I have another one of those just back down here. This one, god damn, that's not everything. So this one is 15 grams, which is actually a good amount. And that one's only 10 grams. And I know some of you may be thinking, like, oh, but isn't potassium radioactive? And it's like, yeah, but not really. It's a very stable element. It's only a certain isotope that is radioactive, and most of the potassium around the world is not radioactive. So anyway, just so you know how this is arranged, by the way, so it's mostly like this. You can see all the ones I've crossed off. With some blue Sharpie, but I've arranged it like this, just because sometimes you'll see these two right here moved all the way over here, but there's some evidence to say that no, that should not be like that at all. Like these should be with the transition elements and transition metal, sorry, and I would just rather keep it like that because it's nice and it works out. So yeah, we've got all these lanthanide ones down here. That's what these ones are called. Yeah, some people are very confused on how I get these, and it's just eBay, really. I just mostly trust the sources that they're giving me the right element, and usually they do. Here's a bit of zirconium, or zirconium, however you want to say it. Oh, I'm dropping everything today. It's a nice little element. How much is it? Is this 10 grams? Yeah, this is 10 grams of it. What else is there? Oh, okay, my camera says it's going to survive for another 7 minutes. That's sad. It's a big sample of yttrium here. Nice non-toxic one, because when you're collecting these, you have to remember a lot of these are toxic, which, you know, like mercury, here's the mercury thermometer, or thallium, which is very, very toxic. That's enough to kill about 100 people right there, just 1 gram. Let me just see if I can get that in. Alright, everything's falling. You may be able to see it, you may not. It's kind of in this yellowish solution there, but the metal thallium is... Oh, God, whoa, that's reacted with something in there. You can see that. That scares the crap out of me. I may just store this in something else. Okay, there, you may be able to see the metal right there. Very small amount, but easily one of the most toxic elements in here. Fix the emails here. This is as much copper as you would think. You open this up, it's just a little powder that is at the bottom, but it's just coated the entire plastic tube here. Here's some gold, actually. Very nice, but it's very thin, so even though it has a lot of surface area, the amount of gold is very little, so it doesn't cost a lot. Same with this platinum. It looks like a lot, but like I could barely feel this when I touched it. You can see what happened when I touched it. Like everything bent back, and some of it was flying through the air, and it was not good. Here's some lead, though, some more toxic elements, and oh well. Let me quickly go into here. So here's some things. Let's do so. Here's a big chunk of bismuth I have in here. It smells terrible. I don't know why, but it does when you store it in something like that. By itself, just pick it up normally. It won't smell, but when you store it in something, it will smell awful. But yeah, that is the same element. That's just crystallized, and this one isn't as much. Here is an alloy, actually, of sodium potassium. So it's liquid at room temperature, but it's made up of these two right here. And it is highly explosive in water. I have little beads of it in there, you can see. And that's a solution, by the way, of some oil, not water. So I shouldn't even say solution. Here's more of the sodium, which is that thing, but just in a cloth or whatever. Here's some tungsten. This is my first sample, but it's a dust. I didn't like it so much, so I got this. Here's silver. Very nice sample, but I just already have another thing there. It looks bigger, so why not? Some magnesium. It burns actually very brightly. Here's selenium as well, which is a very nice element. I'll just show you because it looks very pretty. There you go. You see, look at that. It's not even a metal or a metalloid. It's a non-metal, but I feel like it should be metalloid. It looks so much like one, and it actually will conduct electricity if light is if light is shining on it. And it's very weird, but I refrain from touching it because it makes you smell god-awful. Same with all these. It's in the same group as sulfur. There's more selenium right in that tube right there, but oh well. And I guess that's about it. You can see the bottom drawer, I have some things in it. Just, I don't know, if I ever want to do some reaction, I've set off some iodine in there on the stove there, and it looks on the camera. Whoa. Oh well. And you can see this beautiful purple cloud basically coming up. It's all the vapor from it. And goggles, because we always need goggles. That used to have a neodymium magnet in there until it escaped. It clamped onto another one. I'm having difficulties separating them. If you don't know, neodymium magnets are very strong and just the worst to separate. But yeah, that's basically it. Actually, another interesting one. This is one of my favorite elements just because it is actually magnetic. Well, not exactly by itself usually, but it will attach to other magnets because most metals won't. Like, they very slightly they may very slightly attract or repel a magnet. But, you know, iron, cobalt, and nickel, these right here, these guys, do like to attract magnets very well, as well as a lot of these guys here, from this guy on. And yeah, that's about it for today. If you want to see me do any reactions with these elements, or just taking an element out to give you a more detailed version or story about it, just let me know, and yeah, I'll try my best. Alright, bye.